because beginning again is what this teaching is always about, to unfold in a positive way. You see, today's lesson is something that's important, as it was in Reverend Mary Jo's lesson in the first service. And that is, we have a natural energy. It is a spiritual energy. And it is up to us to use it in the right way. It's not going to do anything to us. It's going to do it through us at the level of our understanding of it as us. Today's lesson should remind us that there is the right time, and the act of giving happens, and as the act of giving happens within us, the act of receiving is automatically set in motion. We are told, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. But I'll take it one step higher. Do unto yourself as you would have others do unto you. And if you do unto yourself as you would have others do unto you, you will find that you can do unto others in a better way, in a happier way, in a healthier way. Everyone say, today is the day. I shall remember to love everybody. Okay, now I'm going to ask you a question. Why not? Why not? Okay, why not? You see, you are perfectly capable of doing this. You are perfectly capable of allowing yourself to understanding that if you remember to do this every day, what you're remembering is the truth of yourself, your love in action. I will remember to express love to people all through this day. And when the day ends, I'm going to be less stressed than I would be if I didn't do it. I'm going to find out that whether they deserve it or not, I'm just going to love the hell out of them. And whether they deserve it or not, I'm going to leave judgment up to knowing that whatever they're doing is going to multiply and return to them, and I'm going to pay attention to what I'm giving because I know it's going to multiply and return to me. Okay. So they can just be as unhappy as they want to be, or as miserable as they want to be, or as negative as they want to be, or as rude as they want to be, and that's fine. It hasn't got a thing to do with me. It has everything to do with them. And I tell you what, you're going to live a happier life if you do that. You're going to have a healthier mind, a healthier body. Okay. I let go and let, I found myself in a situation where I was having something removed from my body, and I was told it had started with a C. And I know that cancer is nothing more than letting something eat away at you. And as I sat there and they were removing whatever they were removing, I said, I don't care what's eating away at me. I'm letting it go right now. And it's gone. And it's gone. Okay. See, how many know, everyone say, I can't afford to let anything eat away at me. Dr. Wallace Edelbrook was a friend of mine. He's one of the leading cancer specialists in the world. Wallace is down in Southern California and the San Diego area. He's retired now. He was a wonderful religious scientist. He said he's never met a cancer patient that didn't have something eating away at him all the time. And I reminded myself of that when I was sitting there saying, okay, what's eating away? And there were some things eating away at me, okay? And there were some things that I reminded myself of, and I said, you've been teaching this 35 years. What are you letting this happen for? Okay. Which means what? I don't know anybody who has totally mastered this all the way. Okay. I think when we do, we'll probably be in the next experience. Okay. But I think whatever we don't understand here, we'll wake up there and won't understand it there either. So let's, I don't think going there is going to do anything. But wherever it is, as Dr. Holmes said, and whatever it is, we'll all get together and compare notes and see who was right. Dr. Holmes says on page 413 of the Science of Mind textbook, to practice the presence of the divine in others is to practice mental healing, for it is the recognition of this divine presence which heals. The divine presence. Our challenge, again, is to wake up every day of our life and know it is the best thing that's ever happened, and we are the best thing that's ever happened in it. In religious science, what do? We study the works of Ralph Waldo Emerson. We study the works of Thomas Trort, Ernest Holmes, Deepak Chopra, Wayne Dyer, Albert Einstein, anybody we can find, because we know that nobody has a corner on truth. But it's not enough just to know they knew it or know what they knew. The challenge is to know as they knew it. What was their discovery? Now, these people, we look at them and we observe their life and their writings and their thinking, we find that they were using principle. The principle we talk about every Sunday, every class we teach, every one of my teachers here teaches it, and it's a principle of successful living. And when this principle is applied in this thing called life, there is nothing that can get in the way of it. Why? Because we are it. Here's their discovery. Everybody say, it is within me. It is around me. It's waiting on my discovery. Within you, around you, waiting on your discovery. It's not going to discover you, and it's not going to do anything to you. You see, no one is willing to change until they feel the need to do so. You know that? Okay. Okay. Anybody been to an AA meeting? Avalon meeting? Yeah. Alateen? What do they teach you? You can't do anything for anybody who doesn't want it done. Okay. So your challenge is to do what? Everyone say, I choose to be a positive vision builder.
Positive vision builder.
We're doing that here. We're meeting with all of our committees, our board, our choir, our everything we're involved in, all of our volunteers, our marketing committee, everything, and we're doing what? We're experiencing visioning. We are visioning what? A greater idea of this center. A greater idea of reaching out to everyone in this community that wants and needs what we teach. They don't even know it yet. Because there's a whole bunch of people. And remember, there are people out there who, there are more people who don't go to church than do. And I think that was most of us before we found religious science. Now, a lot of people do what? They take this teaching and they do like what I said about the person with the bottle of wine who takes an expensive bottle of wine and puts 7-Up in it and makes a wine cooler out of it. I was sharing this morning, we have a great book signing this afternoon. I'm going to have Mary Jo come up in a minute and tell you about it. One of my favorite writers and favorite books ever, and if you've never read it, I recommend it. Sit down and just pick up one of his books and read it. He wrote something like 87. So there's a whole bunch of them out there, and that's Louis L'Amour. How many are Louis L'Amour fans? Okay, Louis L'Amour is wonderful. Louis L'Amour